Welcome, Joel. Let's get into this because Hezbollah today confirmed the deaths of two more senior members killed in these airstrikes by the Israeli military. How does this affect the ability of this militant group to respond?
Well, Alex, what we're witnessing is the most stunning Israeli military success since the 1967 Six-Day War. They have flipped the script entirely on Hezbollah in a matter of days. And Hezbollah is reeling, as we've seen now for the past 10 plus days, from the pager attacks, which decimated their internal communications, to now devastating assassination of Hassan Nasrallah and his top lieutenants. Hezbollah right now is lost in the wilderness, and Israel is taking advantage. And so this means that Israel now is trying to identify, target, and destroy Hezbollah's sequential leadership. And then as a result of that as well, to try to take out its missile capabilities and its ability to attack northern Israel as well. So it's really a moment that I believe the Israeli government and Bibi Netanyahu are leaning into, seeing this as a moment to press their advantage.
And President Biden briefly responded to a question yesterday when asked about the chances of a ground invasion by Israel into Lebanon. Take a listen to what he said. It's quick.
Mr. President, is a ground incursion into Lebanon inevitable? Time for a ceasefire.
The president continuing his calls for a ceasefire. But how do these strikes in Lebanon affect the chances of one?
Well, I do think there is the possibility of a limited ground incursion if it's going to result in eliminating weapons caches and missile capabilities from Hezbollah. But Israel has a long history, a very dark history of ground invasions and occupation of southern Lebanon. It has not ended well for Israel, and that's not something that will maintain their advantage. You know, when we talk about a regional war, Alex, we're talking basically about Israel versus Iran, not against Arab countries. The Arab countries are staying out of this. But by invading and occupying Lebanon, that would change the dynamics, and it would bring in pressure from countries that Israel has built a good relationship with in the Gulf. So it would be a very dangerous maneuver for them to do that. And I think they'd have to be very clear in messaging if they go on the ground as to what their purpose is and how it is very time limited.
But earlier today, Joel, Iran's foreign minister said the recent killings of senior leaders will not go unanswered. So what sort of response do you expect from Iran? Well,
I think this, as Matt said, this is the real wild card. Right now, we, the United States, we have our aircraft carriers out in the region trying to deter Iran from taking shots that could be unwise. I think they need to think more than 3 times about what they're witnessing right now. Israel its effectiveness. Its strikes have been extraordinary. It is untethered in many ways. It is attacking the Houthis right now in Yemen. And for Iran, this is a moment to think about maybe calling off Hamas, maybe joining in the calls as President Biden and Vice President Harris are calling for this ceasefire. That would put the political dynamics and the diplomatic opportunity in front of us that these strikes have created for Israel as well. Iran does not have a lot of strong military cards to play right now, and there are diplomatic options out for them. And yet, of course, as you're pointing out, that is the big wild card. It's just that their proxies are getting devastated right now by Israel, and they themselves have been very loath to directly engage and intervene as a result.
Okay, I appreciate your insights, Joel Rubin. Thank you.